all the news right here. Don't go away.
Hello, welcome to the game of Noisemakers. I'm Simon. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you're doing well and having a good one. I'm alright. I'm even better now. I'm playing a bit of PSVR2. And today we're playing some more of Not For Broadcast VR. That sounded like Kano. I don't think it would be Kano. He's a very good grime rapper. But in the last one, we done day 1 and day 2. And we unlocked the room here where we can go back and replay the days. And it did say, actually, you can listen to all the audio of all these things, like isolate them. And obviously that must mean that there's stuff being said. Advanced acceptance. Interfearful, switcheroo, shocking development, snuggle fucked, hot stuff. I don't know what that means. We'll have a look at that later. We'll do the challenge. Let's keep playing. And we're in day 3, an unexpected form. And I'm really enjoying this. It is a unique game. Jeremy Donaldson is like Boris Johnson. Day 1, 2, 3. And the graphics, little basic, but they do the job. Like, oh, here we go. You arrive home to find post on the mat, most being nothing more than the usual junk mail. One letter, however, catches your eye. The team wants you to know. Curiosity gets the better of you, and you open it. Broadcast poor, current wealth. Okay, so it's a form from the new advanced government asking for information on all citizens. The first page is filled in already. Your name, Alex Winston. Your spouse, Sam Winston. Your children, Charles Winston, 14, and Susie Winston, 19. Well, you muse, at least they got the basics right. The rest of the questions are left for you to complete. They appear to be mandatory. Question 1. Upon starting a new job, you would be friendly, introduce yourself, be productive, get work done immediately, ease yourself in and orientate yourself to the new workplace, reminisce with friends about old jobs. I'd say orientate yourself, because if you don't know what you're doing or who you're speaking to, you can't do it or speak to them. A colleague in a different department has confided in you that you've been taking home confidential information. That they've been taking home confidential information. Now, a file of minor importance has gone missing. Would you know? Recommend your colleague reports it. Promise your colleague that you won't tell anyone. Report the violation. Recommend that they report it. An entire department was filed today for consistent underperformance. Your boss has put in place new targets that are significantly higher than previous ones. Would you leave work on time, stay late and ensure you hit the first deadline, leave work early and head to the pub and chat about the changes with work colleagues, leave work early, head home and see your family? The target is fired. Your boss has put in place new targets. Stay late. Stay late. Be a little boss's pet. The annual company barbecue. It's the annual company barbecue. You and your family have been invited. You are looking forward to enjoying the nice day with friends and family. I wish you were here that day. Yeah, that'd be it. Have that be me been practicing, baby. You've had long successful career, now about to retire. In your speech, you list your achievements and all the good memories you've had working there. Give an honest review of your pros and cons of the company. Focus issues and challenges faced while working there. Refuse to attend. Give an honest review of pros and cons. In your spare time, you like to relax alone, doing things, listen to music, making models, attend political rallies, encourage, support children with their encourage my kids. Your ideal holiday getaway would be surrounded by natural beauty, getting away from the strain of daily grind. Exploring and discovering new, that, yeah. Structured day out and theme, no, I'd exploring somewhere new. It is most important the government keeps you free. Thank you. Your cooperation advance. Know your time valuable. We appreciate your help in leading the nation to a brighter future. Well, I'm glad. I hope they don't send the men in white coats to get day 6 of Family Matter. Oh, here we go. It's late. Sam and the kids are going to bed. You're drying up a favourite coffee cup, a worn-out souvenir of your first trip together. The print's faded, but the goofy face still makes you smile. Knock at a window brings you back to reality. There in the garden, clutching a gaudy neon green suitcase, is Chris, Sam's sibling. As soon as you let them in, they sit at the kitchen table, visibly distressed. I'm sorry for bursting in so late, Alex, Chris stammers, but I need a favour and you're the only one I can ask. No problem. Should I get Sam? Pass the buck. No, don't worry, Sam. It's you I came to see. I just need 2 minutes. You've heard about the Assets and Wealth Act. I literally work in news, Chris. Chris first bangs the table. It's bullshit. They're taking whatever they want, disrupting it as they see fit. No government should have that kind of power. I can't believe they're actually getting away with it. Madness! Which is why I need your help. What exactly is it you need? Why do I get the feeling I'm not going to like this? Chris, I seem to be resting comfortably on the floor tiles. Look, I know it's a lot to ask, but I need to borrow your passport. I can't give you that, it's illegal, mate. They've taken mine and half bloody country, but I've always say you and I look so similar. Chris is pacing now. I need to leave before it's too late. Once I'm out, me and my money will be safe. But I need to go now before they freeze my accounts. Alex, please. I wouldn't ask if I had other choices. Okay, upstairs. Surely there's another way. Chris mouthful. You're joking, right? I've always done right by you and Sam. I've treated your children like they're my own. We're family. Does that mean nothing to you? It's against the law. I can't help you. Fine, I'll solve this myself. Chris spits. So much for family loyalty, hey? Grabbing the neon. What? Fluorescent neon? Is that hyon or neon? Neon? I've never heard neon. Grabbing the neon. Neon. Maybe they mean neon. Neon fluorescent suitcase. Chris disappears into neon. Don't know. You go back to the dishes, picking up Sam's cup again. The peeling face now seems to bore into you. Not in your stomach tightens. Yeah, I'm not getting involved, mate. It's me and my kids. You do your thing, mate. Don't bring my kids into it. Neon. I've never heard of neon. Neon suitcase. I've been lit nice in a paradise. Day 8, the fallout. Oh. Hello, mate. You're right, mate. Look, we've got stuff here now. Yeah, I do like this game. It is funky. And that's the world.
First of all, let's get the power on.
Okay. Where's the power? Remember where the power is.
You need to get at least the bottom 4 plugs on.
There we go. And the fan.
And the trip switch, mate. Otherwise, nothing's going to work.
Oh, that's
right,
true.
Adverts.
Okay.
You might want to have a bit of a think about it. Your decisions have consequences.
Go-getters, team.
They finally got the old headline system.
Oh, here we go. What's that say?
The Vision Mixer's already in headline mode.
Should we play it? Is this toy
It's really
safe?
simple, mate. These 2 buttons at the bottom of the Vision Mixer, you can see they now have A and B on them. And they're to help
Where?
you pick
Vision
image
Mixer.
A on the left
Oh, yeah,
bottom
there.
screen here, or image B on the right bottom screen here.
Where?
It's really simple.
Okay,
This little clock here
there.
will count down the number of seconds you have to make your decision.
Oh, it gets
Provided you make a
complicated.
decision in
An
that
elegant
time, you're
skincare
fine,
with a
and you can
twist.
change your mind as much as you want until the clock reaches 0. But if you don't make any
40
decision,
seconds.
you'll be fired before you even get to make another choice. I just want to say one more thing. thing, mate. The pictures you choose to show of these people, well, that's how the public is going to perceive them, and that's going to affect their lives. So
Okay.
like with the adverts, choose carefully.
Right,
And
okay.
you're off. Good luck, mate. If I get time, I'll call you back in the next
I
break.
don't think
Yeah,
Crazy
come in,
Neil's a
darling.
good one then. James, a medium.
Theirs gets really hot.
Is this Janet who thinks dogs have their own secret language?
Yeah, the one that mistrusts the moon.
10,
10 seconds, everybody.
Not the
9.
best source of consumer advice then?
Don't blame me when it explodes. Going in 5, 4, 3.
It's time to go over to Jeremy Donaldson for tonight's National.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
Here we
Our
go.
Headlines tonight. Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office, we ask exactly who's leading this.
Who do we do?
Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new future may hold with a
Do
leading
big.
economist and radical free thinker. With the Assets and Wealth Act on the brink of raising living standards for the vast
Hey, we
majority of the country,
got points.
I'll be asking my guests if we're on the way to a new future.
Oh, it does it auto.
Remington's Fist have appointed Sophia Remington as their new CEO. The following photo, taken from our archive, gives us a sense of this influential young firebrand who, at the tender age of 23, becomes
Good.
the youngest female CEO in history. Sophia
I chose the right
Remington
one.
has always
I'm starting to get
she was
this.
top of her class at university.
She was,
and
look at her.
graduated with the
She's got-
highest honours and immediately being
Diploma.
awarded intellectual. The markets have responded favourably to Sophia's appointment, with stocks
Hey.
rising 30 points in light of the announcement. In her first press conference this afternoon,
Boris
Sophia
Johnson.
announced a children's toy named Mr. Snagglehouse.
Oh no.
Sophia promises will be all the rage this Christmas, but concerns have been raised about the product's safety.
Do we?
Making a splash. Intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong and marine biologist Ingrid Swarsborg-Horgensford have today set off to explore Dante's taint.
Which
The
one?
recently discovered cave system was previously thought unreachable, but thanks to a new breakthrough in underwater flower technology, the pair hope to successfully reach the imposing central cavern and the undiscovered plant
Right.
species it contains.
Happy people.
This
Happy
is, of
people.
course, only the latest in a series of successful expeditions for this unlikely pairing. In a joint statement about the dangers their team might face, the pair stated, "We will face the plentiful
They do look
challenges
happy.
together, like we always have."
Good. That's the right picture.
Rumours abound that sporting legend Johnny Hamsleeves is snapped leaving Bush,
Oh,
one of the
look.
capital's hottest clubs. The footballer was caught while out celebrating being named Sports Personality of the Year last week, as reported by this very programme. And judging from the angle and
Yay.
velocity of that spray, it looks like Johnny may have been celebrating a little bit too much.
Hey,
I
got the
certainly
right
wouldn't want
one.
to be his dry cleaner.
No.
And Grievous bodily charm. With it
Grievous
promising
bod-
a radical new position.
Oh.
How afraid should we actually be? I'll be going live around the country to talk with people who've seen the criminal justice system from every perspective. With more and more powers passing to the police,
Think that's
less
right.
and less oversight. Are we using an advanced-shaped sledgehammer to crack a nut?
Wrong one.
All that and mega more.
Wrong one.
Young actors
Too intimidating.
the positive side of the new Assets
Free.
and Wealth Act firsthand. They'll be talking and performing later. That's
Five.
all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Oh.
30 seconds back, everybody. Can we get 30 seconds back, everybody?
Wrong one there. What am I doing? What am I doing? Don't know. Oh shit. Right, restart that. That wasn't great, was it? If you, yeah, I got a trophy for restarting. At first, don't overachieve. Oh God, I forgot about the bloody joystick, and it is really finicky. Okay, we're back. I think we're back at the beginning again. We are. Okay.
Make any decision, you'll be fired before
Right,
you even get
we
to
know
make
what
another
we're doing.
choice. I just want to say one more thing.
Right,
mate.
this is it.
The
That
pictures you
bloody
choose
thing.
to show of these people, well, that's
Look.
how the public is going to perceive
Sort of
them,
mirror,
and that's
so you
gonna
push
affect their
down and the
lives.
hand goes
So
up.
like with the adverts, choose
Like,
carefully.
boop, boop, boop,
And
boop,
we're
boop.
off. Good luck, mate.
boop,
If I get
boop.
time, I'll call you back in the next break. Yeah,
All right,
come in,
mate.
darling.
Get one of those. My friend Janet says theirs gets really hot.
Is this Janet who thinks dogs have their own secret language?
Yeah, the one that mistrusts the moon.
Janet
10 seconds, everybody.
sounds like a Karen.
Best source of consumer advice then?
Don't
Like a
blame me
Boris
when it explodes.
Johnson.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
To go over to Jeremy Donaldson.
Jeremy Dawson.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight. Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office,
we know what-
ask exactly who's leading this charge. Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new future might hold with a leading economist and radical free thinker. With the Assets and Wealth Act on the brink of raising living standards for the vast majority of the country, I'll be asking my guess if we're on the way to a new future.
He's a bastard. He's a drunk, that guy.
Remington's Fist have appointed Sophia Remington as their new CEO.
Severe
The
Remington.
following photo, taken from our archive, gives us a sense of this influential young firebrand who, at the tender age of 23, becomes the youngest female CEO in history. Sophia Remington has always impressed. She was top of her class at university
See,
and graduated with the highest honours, immediately being asked back to lecture. The markets have responded.
do I get a
favorably to
boost from
Sophia's
that?
appointment, with
Yes.
stocks rising 30 points in light of the announcement. In her first press conference this afternoon, Sophia announced a children's toy named Mr. Snugglehearts. Sophia promises it'll be all the rage this Christmas, but concerns have been raised
Do we,
about the
do
product's
we,
making a splash. Intrepid scientist Dr. David
Oh,
Wong and marine
right.
biologist Ingrid Swarsborg and Horgensford have
do
today
that
set
one.
off to explore Dante's taint. The recently discovered cave system was
I
previously
didn't get
thought
points
unreachable, but
choosing
thanks to
happiness
breakthrough
last time.
underwater flower technology, the pair hope to successfully reach the imposing central cavern
Hey!
and the undiscovered plant species it contains. This is, of course, only the latest in a series of successful expeditions for this unlikely pairing.
So
In
I
a
got
joint
points
statement
then.
about the dangers their team might face, the pair stated,
I don't
"We'll
think
face
they-
the plentiful challenges together like we always
An
do."
argument photo is a good
Playing
photo
the
for that.
field, rumours abound.
Playing the field.
Johnny Hamsleeves
So-
is snapped leaving Bush, one of the capital's hottest clubs.
Cleaning bush.
He was caught while out celebrating being named.
You can go out
Sports
back in
Personality
the
of Year
hedge.
last year, as reported by this very program.
We got that. There we go. Boff.
And judging from the angle and velocity of
Points.
that spray, it looks like Johnny may have been celebrating a little bit too much.
He may have
I
been.
certainly
You are
wouldn't be
right.
His dry cleaner.
Okay, so this is it
And
now.
grievous bodily charm. With advance promising a
Right,
radical
so
new position on crime,
We'll
how
be less
can it
aggressive
actually be?
and
I'll be
make
going
them want the
around
police.
country.
There's even hoodlums on the news. Look,
From every
we don't
corner,
have guns
with
in
more and more
Britain,
people
so
saying they're scared
that
to
wouldn't
walk the
be
streets
right.
alone at night.
They're
This means
knives,
the
big
right move
knives,
for advances
and
to the
bottles of
forefront.
acid. That's what they have in
A
Britain.
mega move for the group of
I
young
didn't get-
actors already experiencing the positive side of the new Assets and Wealth Act
10.
firsthand. They'll be talking and performing later. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
30 seconds back, everybody.
See? Oh shit. I really don't like this joystick control. It's all backwards. See, I want to... Three.
In the wake of the government's swift enactment of the Assets and Wealth Act,
Okay,
let's
we're
talk
off.
about Advance's first week in office and what the new future holds. Joining me are Katie Brightman, a leading economist, and Alan James, author of
Fucked
Alan
up.
James is Right, The Free Man's Guide to Waking Up. Alan, the government certainly haven't dragged their heels on delivering some of the legislation.
It's quite hard at it,
But
isn't
what
it?
does the Wealth Act mean for us?
Nothing, Jeremy. We're still vassal slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
A confident dismissal there. Katie Brightman, do you agree?
I'm afraid I don't, no.
That is a good
I
edit.
think that Advance have realised that the current economic system of unlimited, unending growth is untenable, so they're changing things up.
There I agree with you. They're moving to the next steps in the grand plan.
Grand plan, Alan.
It's all in my book. Alan James is right, Jeremy. We're to become the great...
Alan James is right.
Sterile and short-lived. That's what they want.
Or perhaps Advance have just realised that if we carry on the way we are, we will destroy ourselves and this planet in a mad orgy of consumption, if you'll excuse the colourful metaphor.
Yes, orgy is the right word. Only it'll be the overlords having an orgy on our poor broken backs. It's all in my book. Alan James is...
Shamelessly self-promoting. Katie, how do you think the rest of the world will respond?
I'm bad at editing.
I think they're watching carefully.
I am bad at
Advance is the
editing.
most disruptive
They took his
threat
book
to the
away.
world's powers have faced since the last Great War.
Yes, Katie's right. War is inevitable.
Thank you, but that isn't
And
what
this will not be a war like we've ever seen before. We're talking millions of deaths. We're talking high-tech weapons that can level entire cities.
Who do we cut to?
Out of the wrong orifices?
Mock me all you like, Jeremy, but when they murder your parents and they poison your food and they take you away to their camps for hypno-brainwashing, we'll be laughing then.
That might be a great way to sell books, Alan, but you know full well that isn't going to happen.
That is a good edit, I think.
Democracy is dead.
Yes, advance are radical and change.
Quite hard, keep up with it.
The truth is that the Wealth and Assets Act has made more than 90% of the population wealthier and is on target to produce a permanent end
next?
to poverty.
Bollocks!
Good edit.
What this young lady doesn't understand, Jeremy, is that these are the same people. Maybe they've rebranded, but it's all a little circus act to keep us from seeing the tyrant behind the curtain.
That's where you're wrong, Alan. For
Should have
a start,
cut
they've
to us.
mobilised the youth vote like we've never seen before.
You say mobilise, I call it grooming. The grooming of an entire generation to walk happily in
Calm down, mate.
They're like psychic pedophiles.
But based on the facts, Katie...
Calm down, mate. It all boils down to paedophiles with these
The
people.
first step. Advance now have a historic budgetary surplus, and as well as properly funding our public services, they're already funneling unprecedented amounts into scientific research and the arts.
Or, as I call them in my book, Frankenscience and opiates. Like opiates, see?
Yeah, we get it, mate. We get it, mate.
That's the issue.
Oh, it's hard keeping up with
The
them.
chemicals, they're pumping it full of bleep juice.
Don't get me wrong, I want to see these changes, but
Bleep
only if they're
juice.
sustainable. If Advance lose their power,
Alcohol in it,
spending half
bleep
of our
juice.
GDP on dismantling infrastructure, that could be catastrophic.
The catastrophe is that they're succeeding. They've got a sack.
Getting boring now, mate. Take his book
All right,
away.
running out of time. Quickly, Alan, what does the future look like to you?
A bleak space where we've all been figuratively sodomized into submission.
No, of course. Katie?
We might be on the eve
I always get the wrong one.
We need some change, but we need to be
20
cautious.
seconds left.
Let's walk forwards with our eyes open.
Two very different visions of the future there.
That's
Alan
good, isn't it?
James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. When we come back, I'll be investigating law and order before Megan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act. That's all coming up tonight on the National Nightly News.
1 minute back.
You know, I think they might do some good.
Adverts.
So too, Jeremy.
How much are you being paid by them then?
Shut the fuck up, Alan. I've never heard
Fucking
of so much shit in
new.
my life.
Well, we'll see who's full of shit, won't we?
Alan, I can explain it to you, but unfortunately, I can't understand it for you.
Well, I don't know what she meant.
I mean, I'm in the green. Somehow, I'm still in the green. D. I got a D. I think I should replay that. Part of me just thinks, sort of, that should be replayed. It's that last bit. It's the joystick and then the advert. So it's just knowing what we got to do. And getting my cuts better. Not sort of... Midnight's in paradise. I'm really liking this game. I like unique VR games, and this is very unique.
You choose to show these people, well, that's how the public is going to perceive them, and that's going to affect
Medium-sized
their lives.
hall near
like
you.
the adverts, choose carefully.
No,
And we're off.
Advanced go-getters.
You're back in the next break. Yeah, I'm coming, darling.
One of those. My friend Janet says theirs gets really hot.
Is this Janet who thinks dogs have their own secret language?
It is Janet who thinks dogs have their own secret language.
Not the
Right.
best source of consumer
This is
advice.
third time lucky. I shouldn't fuck this up now.
4, 3.
Boris Bonson.
Good evening.
He's quite a good little actor,
Our
isn't he?
main headlines tonight. Destination unknown.
Right, preparing
At the
image.
end of Advance's first full week in office, we ask exactly
Right, we'll
who's
go
leading this
happy.
challenge.
We'll go happy.
Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new future might hold with a leading economist.
So I think we've got to fill the green arrow
With
up,
the Assets
and then
Wealth Act
the
and the
bar
Building
starts
Wages and Living
rising.
Standards for the vast majority of the country, I'll be asking my guess if we're on the way to a new future.
He's a drunk.
Out with the old, Remington's Fist have appointed Sophia Remington as their new CEO.
That is the right one,
following
I think.
photo, taken from our archive, gives us a sense of this influential young firebrand who, at the tender age of 23,
I don't think it
becomes
would be
youngest
the
female
gambling.
CEO in history. Sophia Remington has always
Right,
been
full.
first. She was top of her class at university and graduated with the highest honours.
She does look
immediately being
very
asked out to
intelligent.
lecture. The markets have responded favourably to Sophia's approach.
Favourably.
Stocks rising 30 points.
Does sound a bit like Boris Johnson as well.
In her first
A
press
young
conference
Boris
this afternoon,
Johnson.
Sophia announced a children's toy named Mr. Snugglehearts. Sophia promises it'll be all the rage this Christmas, but concerns have been
Yeah,
raised
we
about
won't
the
be playing that
product
advert.
safety. Making a splash. Intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong and marine biologist Ingrid Swarsborg-Horgensford have today
don't
set
know.
off to explore Dante's taint. The recently discovered cave system was previously thought unreachable, but thanks to a new breakthrough
Didn't get any
underwater
points this
power
time.
technology, the pair hope to
Right,
successfully
we'll go A.
reach the imposing central cavern
Oh, we've got the
and
points.
undiscovered plant species it contains.
So it's got to
This
be
is,
that one
of
then.
course, only the latest in a series of successful
Remix.
in a joint statement about
I wonder, do we get to use the mics?
The pair stated,
Oh,
"We will
most
face the
probably
plentiful
do, I
challenges
reckon.
together, like we always have."
God bless them.
Playing the field, rumours abound as sporting legend Johnny Hamsleeves is
Johnny
on
Hamsley
the
puking
capital's
outside the
hottest
bush.
The footballer was
Better
quick
puking outside than
celebrating
inside
the
or on
award
top. You
for
never want to
Sporting
puke on
Personality
top of the bush.
as reported by this very programme.
It could make the
And
night
judging
end
from the angle and
rather
velocity of
quickly.
that spray, it looks like Johnny may have been celebrating
Look at
a little
Johnny.
bit too much. I certainly wouldn't want to be his dry cleaner.
I bet you would, you little lie.
And grievous bodily charm. With advance promising a radical new position on crime, how afraid should we actually be?
Hoodlums.
I'll be going round
Very
and round the
afraid.
country to talk with people who've seen the criminal justice system from every perspective. With more and more people saying they're scared to walk the streets alone at night, could this be exactly the right time for Advance's new approach?
It is.
All that and mega more.
I didn't get
with
an up
young
on that.
actors Already experiencing the positive side of the new assets and
down,
whatnot
up.
firsthand. They'll be talking and performing later.
6,
That's all
5,
coming up on
4.
tonight's National Nightly News.
That's too early. So hard to control this joystick. That is my problem. I think I'm going far too early on these things. I mean, I'm getting better at controlling the joystick. Done it. Okay.
In the wake of the government's swift enactment
Go on,
of the
we're
Assets
off.
and Wealth Act, we're talking about Advance's first week in office
Okay,
and
we're
what the
on.
new future holds. Joining me are Katie Brightman, a leading economist, and Alan James, author of Alan James is Right, The Free Man's Guide to Waking Up. Alan, the government certainly haven't dragged their heels in developing some of the legislation they promised. But what does the Wealth Act mean for us?
Nothing, Jeremy. We're still
Right, I'm
going
gonna wait till they talk.
Prettier cages.
A confident dismissal there. Katie Brightman, do you agree?
I'm afraid I don't, no. I think that Advance have realised that the current economic system of unlimited, unending growth is untenable, so they're changing things up.
There I agree with you. They're moving to the next steps in the grand plan.
What is the grand?
Plan, Alan?
It's all in my book, Alan James's
Ah,
Right,
look, the little
Jeremy.
green light
We're to become a
underneath.
great herd, ignorant, sterile,
There's a little
and
green
sure.
light underneath the
That's what they
tellies.
want.
Or perhaps Advance have just realised that if we carry on the way we are, we will destroy ourselves and this planet in a mad orgy of consumption, if you'll excuse the colourful metaphor.
Yes, orgy is the right word. Only it'll be the overlords having an orgy on our poor broken backs.
It will
It's all in
be.
my book. Alan James is...
Shamelessly self-promoting? Katie, how do you think the rest of the world will respond? to
Oh,
this
no.
launch?
I think they're watching carefully. Advance are the most
Right, it's going up.
disruptive threat that the world powers have faced since the last Great War.
Yes, Katie's right. War is inevitable.
Thank you, but that isn't
And
what's
this
happening.
will not be a war like we've ever seen before. We're talking millions of deaths. We're talking high-tech weapons that can level entire cities. We're talking...
Out of the wrong orifices?
Mock me all you like, Jeremy, but when they murder your parents and they poison your food and they take you away to their camp...
Calm down, mate. Stop
That
smoking.
would be a great way to sell books.
Whatever you are.
Full well, that isn't going
I'm
to
just
happen
following the
in
green
Advance.
lights.
Democracy is dead.
Yes, Advance are radical, and change is always frightening, but the truth is that the Wealth and Assets Act has
Don't
made
know.
more than 90% of the population wealthier and is on target to produce a permanent end to poverty.
Bollocks! What this young lady doesn't understand, Jeremy,
Too
is that
early.
these are the same people. Maybe they've rebranded, but it's all a little circus act to keep us from seeing the tyrant behind the curtain.
That's where you're wrong, Alan. For a start, they've mobilised the youth vote like we've never seen before.
You say mobilise, I call it grooming. the grooming of an entire generation to walk happily into eternal bondage. They're like psychic paedophiles.
But based on the facts,
Calm
Katie,
down,
what are
mate.
your predictions?
The Assets and Wealth Act is only the first
I'm
step.
doing better.
Advance now have a historic budgetary surplus, and as well as properly funding our public services, they're already funneling unprecedented amounts into scientific research and the arts.
Or, as I call them in my book, Frankenscience and opiates.
Sod your butt, mate.
Like opiates, see?
Can
We
we get back
good.
to the issue at hand, please, Alan?
This is the issue. It's all coming from the water, the chemicals. They're pumping it full of bleep juice.
Don't get me wrong, I want to see these changes, but only if they're sustainable.
Just following the green
If our
lights.
plants lose their power after spending half of our GDP on dismantling infrastructure, that could be catastrophic.
The catastrophe is that they're succeeding. They've got us sat here talking about their
Get rid of his
show.
book.
All right, we're running out of time. Quickly, Alan.
We are 30
what
seconds
does the
left.
future look like to you?
A bleak space where we've all been figuratively sodomized into submission.
You knobhead.
Katie?
We might be on the eve of a brave new world. God knows we need some change.
20
but we need to be
seconds left.
cautious. Let's walk forwards with our eyes open.
Two very different visions of the future there. Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. When
Right,
we come back,
10's left.
I'll be investigating law and order before Megan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and
5,
Wealth Act.
4,
That's all coming
3,
up tonight
2,
on the National
1.
Nightly News.
1 minute back.
There we go.
You know, I think
That
I
was
must
better
be
that time.
good.
I hope so too, Jeremy.
How much are you being paid by them then?
Shut
up, Alan.
I've never heard so
You
much shit in
knobhead.
my life.
Well,
She
we'll
should
see
throw
each other shit,
a
won't we?
water over him.
I can explain it to
The
you, but
acting's very good in
unfortunately,
this.
I can't understand it for you.
Well said, love. Bravo.
Well, I don't know what she meant by that.
You're a thick knobhead, mate. That's what she meant. We've got a D again.
Absolutely fucking flying, I tell you.
We'll just accept a D. No. We'll just accept a D. We gave it a go. Didn't work out.
Oh, bloody hell, I love this tune though. All right, mate, see you later, bye.
I've said I've got a word and that's all I can do.
10 seconds, everybody. Little Jakey
Right.
stood at a big bird, caught you with water.
Advance, go getters.
5, 4, 3.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. In our second segment, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the state of law and order in our country.
Good one.
Advance have already tasked what they are calling a solutions team to move this serious social problem to the top of the list. Tonight, we go behind the headlines to meet the people who live in the criminal justice
It's
system
impossible
every day
to...
of their lives. First up, we have Gregory Jones, a lawyer who sees the problems
This joystick, I cannot use it. Look, that's me pulling down. This is that joystick. I don't know why can't we just hold it and use our thumbstick? That'd be the best, wouldn't it? Just grip thumbstick. It's just, yeah. Right, so that's me pushing up, and it's sort of that's me pushing down. So look, that's me sideways, so it's not moving. That's me using the... See, it's not moving now. We've got to do that and then use that at the same time. That ain't gonna happen, is it?
How's it going,
That's... Look, it locks for no reason. Look,
bloody hell, I love this tune though.
that's gonna be
All right, mate,
hard.
see you later, bye.
That's gonna be hard to do.
I'm just saying I'll do what I can, that's all.
Okay,
Shit, you will. She's good. You know she's
so that
I've
moves
got a word in, that's all I can do.
up,
10
and then...
seconds, everybody.
Can we-
Little Jakey stood at a big bird, caught you with water.
If that sticks, I'll just...
Don't like this. Right, maybe move over. Let's see if that helps.
Welcome back. In our second segment, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the state of law and order in our country.
Oh,
Advance have already tasked what they are calling a solutions team to move this serious social problem to the top of the list. Tonight, we go behind the headlines to meet the people who live with the criminal justice system every day of their lives. First up,
Done.
we have Gregory Judge, a lawyer who sees the problem close up. On the
stand in front of it. Seems to be the thing. Stand in front of the joystick rather than lean in.
What's it like on the front line of the hard face of the cold hand of justice?
Well, as you can imagine, Jeremy,
Right,
we
let's
are
get over.
massively understaffed in this country.
We're working
He's a
every
bit
hour we
smarmy,
can
isn't
just to
he?
try and cope with the caseloads on our desks.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
Well, we can barely keep up with demand,
Oh.
Jeremy. There just simply isn't
Who's
enough
that in
being
the
done at a
background?
systemic level to relieve the problem. We need more
Oh,
support from
shit.
ministers.
Oh!
We need change at a structural level, Jeremy.
This
Not a good time, darling.
joystick.
Never is it? I'll be at my mother's.
Just hang on. No, the problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson.
Oh, have you mentioned your affairs?
Well, the affairs of the Justice Department that we should be concerned about.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
I don't like that. I do not like that at all.
We need legislation to relieve the pressure on our public
Sorry
service.
to...
Right, I'm going to start that. This joystick, man. So I think I'm going to have to play stood up. I think that's the only way I can move between these points. I'm playing sat down, so I've got to turn to access them, and I think you've got to be face on in front of them. Like doing that, you've got to be face on doing that. So I think I'm going to try it stood up, see if that helps. Missions, I don't like that joystick. So you think like hold it, just use our thumbstick. Look, that's me, see, that's me moving it normally. I don't understand it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Right, that's how it's playing. Advance go-getters. You're not much help, mate. I've got to be honest.
I'm just saying I'll do
Look,
what I
there's
can.
something on there. Look, you can see it. It's like really faint.
I've said a bit of wording, that's all I can do.
10 seconds, everybody. Little Jakey's going to the big bird caught you with water.
Right.
If that sticks, I'll destroy you.
5, 4, 3...
Get the camera right. There we go. It's Boris Bonson.
In our second segment, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the state of law and order
Get
in
rid
our
of that.
country. Advance have already tasked what they are calling a solutions team to move this serious social problem to the top of the list. Tonight, we go behind the headlines to meet the people who live with the criminal justice system every day of their lives. First up, we
Right.
have Gregory Judge, a lawyer who sees the problems close up on the front line. Can you hear me, Gregory?
So when his wife comes in, do we
What's it like on
just
the
leave
front
it
line with
on?
the
Leave the
hard
camera
face
on
of
him, I
the content
suppose. We're not here to save his blushes, are we?
We are massively understaffed in this country. We're working every hour we can just to try and cope with the caseloads.
He is
on our
smart,
desks.
mate.
which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
Well, we can barely keep up
Here
with
she
demand,
is.
Jeremy.
The
There
missus.
simply isn't enough being done at a systemic level to relieve the problem. We need more support from ministers. What are you doing? Well, we need change at a structural level,
I'm
Jeremy.
leaving, Greg.
Not a good time, darling.
It never is it? I'll be at my mother's.
Just hang on. No, the problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson.
Oh, have you mentioned your affairs?
No. Well, the affairs
Ah,
of the Justice Department that we should be concerned about.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
Need,
I really don't like
we
that
need
joystick.
legislation to relieve the pressure
Right,
on our
5
public
minutes
service.
left.
Sorry to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving him?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us. Next, I'm joined by
That didn't work out well.
Constable
We've got a
Bob
copper.
Campbell, a man with a very different perspective on our nation's crime.
Look, we can listen to it later. We'll go and see what their argument was about being nosy.
I'm sure we all long for a return to the days when you could safely walk the streets of your community at night, looking in through windows and generally
It's
enjoying
too,
the things without the risk of being terrorised by some thief with a knife.
Too fiddly, this joystick.
The streets simply aren't safe anymore. Where have we gone wrong, Bob?
Well, that's not a simple question, Jeremy, but I think it all comes down to moral decay. We've diluted
Moral
our
decay.
and lost
What
touch
about
with
joystick
what it means to be
decay?
citizen of this once great country. Also, as the vicar noted in Sunday's sermon, we probably should
Getting
have
used to it a little bit better.
And to what do you attribute this moral decay?
foreigners, gays and gypsies mainly.
Oi, mate,
It's
calm
not that-
down.
Look, Leviticus clearly
Bible.
states that... Oh, bugger, hang on a moment. Jeremy, a bloody gimp's escaped. Delia? Delia,
The
could you give me
gimp
a little help, please,
escaped.
dear?
The gimp escaped.
As I was saying, Jesus didn't like immigrants much, did he?
But
And
did they
just to be
like
clear, you think
gimps?
it's the immigrants who are responsible for
What
the
about the
movement of
gimps?
terror?
Absolutely, Jeremy.
Look, there's a gimp.
Back in your box, Clive. Back in your box. Delia, I really could use a little help.
Oh,
with
look
this.
at Delia.
Darling, I was saying the badgers.
Yes, yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive, could you put him back?
Look at Delia.
Clive, you know it's Wednesday. Back you go. Back in your gimp space. Off
And
you go.
whose responsibility is it to make a change, Bob?
Well, it is certainly not the responsibility of the decent, good, white
Done it.
people of
Darling,
this...
where's the padlock?
Oh, hold on just a moment.
Oh, Clive, this simply won't do. Not
Clive, look at Clive. Naughty, naughty
We're not
Clive.
having this again.
Mummy said get back in your gimp space. No! Naughty, you beast!
This
As
is
I was saying,
problems.
Jeremy, moral
I got
decay.
a point for it.
Crime is the responsibility of the criminal.
Moral
No
decay.
one
You want to look in your cupboard, mate?
Everyone has a
All the moral
story, but
decay
you
is in
don't
there.
have
A minute
parents,
left.
do we? Look, when our
Oh, no,
daughter
3
Alice
minutes
comes
left.
home with an A minus, does she go on a killing spree? No, she takes 3 of her pills and hides under the stairs like a normal child.
Thank you, Bob. Bob Peel there, really locking down the police's position.
Bob Peel's a knobhead. Bob a
And
knob.
finally tonight, hopefully uninterrupted, it's time to get to the heart of the matter. Tony Dawson has recently been released from prison
Oh,
after serving 3 years
happy
for
birthday,
committing
Tony.
assault, burglary, and menacing a swan. He's agreed to talk to us today.
Menacing a
which is also, I
swan.
believe,
Never menace a
his
swan.
birthday. Many happy returns, Tony.
Cheers, Jez. Call me Titwank Tony. Everybody
Titwank
else
Tony.
No, I'm not going to be doing that. Can you tell us what it's like in
Titwank
prison,
Tony.
does. Titwank Tony. Prison's a mixed bag. Structure's quite nice, but it's a
Good
constant
Titwank
battle
Tony.
against
Go on,
institutionalisation, as you
Titwank.
can imagine. And obviously, Titwanks are quite hard to come by.
I'm picking up that you're not alone there, Tony.
Titwank Tony. Yeah, sorry,
Hey.
my friends are throwing me a surprise party. Good bunch of lads.
Okay, well, we're trying to let you get back to that party as soon as possible. First, let me ask you this. Do you feel that your time spent in prison helped to rehabilitate you in any way, Tony?
Titwank Tony. I don't think it's as easy.
Titwank Tony. Go on, Titwank Tony.
I think asking that is an oversimplification.
It sounds like it's getting quite busy there, Tony, but
It does.
let's try and soldier on.
Doesn't look
Since
like
you've
it's getting
been
busy. It sounds
have you
like
been
it,
able to
though.
find a new job?
Yeah, all the boys are here. Big Chris.
Hey, hey. Oi, oi.
Chris.
The Vampire Chris. Look at Vampire Chris. Oh, we got a stripper. Brilliant.
Titwank Tony's on the news. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system, Jez.
It is.
Just not set up
It
for
is.
it, you know? It's inherently
Are you getting a Titwank Tony?
So, do you feel
He's got a clown and a stripper.
You are joking. Chrissy Free Bollocks has only got Mr. Fancy, oh.
Hey, look.
Not now, fellas, I'm on the news.
It seems,
Calm down, mate.
it seems like we've caught you at a bad time.
The little boy.
Oh, I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here.
It is.
Jesus.
Yes,
You may get a Titwank soon.
Fucking way, let's believe that.
I did well there, I
Trying to
think.
get that signal back. I think we.
30.
Tony?
Look at Tony. Tony's getting it on.
What has happened, Tony? Can you hear me? Well, we seem to have lost our a little. Hopefully you, the viewer at home, have managed to glean a broader understanding of the serious
We have.
and
Right, we
complex
will
issues
go
around law and order. After
B.
the break, Megan will be live with some
Or we go
bloody
A.
young
Crazy
thespians.
Neil.
Don't go away. We'll be back after these.
I got a
messages.
trophy. Consequences. I think I did well that time.
Next section, there's a bit of music. If you edit in time with the music, you can see the result on the vision mixer.
Right.
And the public will love that. Don't worry.
E. I got an E for that.
Nothing. Just try and stay in the groove. Also,
How
one
did I
last
get an
tip.
E? I thought I was quite well. Slowly going downhill.
Right, enjoy the music bit. God, I love music.
I love music as well. How did I get an E on that? I thought I did really well.
Well, where is he?
Right, the music segment. Is this like MTV?
I'm sure he's on his way.
Who's the host?
How hard can it be?
This is on you. 10 seconds, everybody. We're going to open on Megan. Camera 2. Going in 5.
I'm Megan in camera 2. I like a bit of
3,
Megan. Lady in red.
Welcome's Black, I'm Megan Wolfe, and on tonight's Culture Spot, I'll be chatting with one of the first beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act, a team of inspiring young people from Scritchford Sixth Form College who today received a grant from Advance to take their play, Hey, Friendship, on a tour of local secondary schools. Welcome to you all. Well, let's start with you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley-Hamilton. Girls, you must be thrilled.
We are, Megan. We're overwhelmed.
Oh, we got no green. Oh, we have got green lights.
Two sisters, is that right?
Yes, Charlotte's my oldest. I'm the older, more popular one. Only joking.
Loves herself.
Harriet and Trey were really the ones who came up with the whole idea.
It is like a proper school play. Calm down, Graham Norton.
So I went to look for a drama teacher.
But she'd been laid off due to budget cuts. Fortunately, I directed a pantomime when I was at university, so I knew the ropes, as it were.
Right, yes, but you're
Professional.
the teacher, aren't you?
Yes, that's me, Jeff Algebra, maths
Jeff
teacher.
Algebra.
Maths is really important.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
The acting class is pure class.
In history, Aristotle. I just think that when we travel around all these problem schools and the poor kids see us, they say, hey, I really want to be like those attractive kids. And that's a very beautiful and powerful thing.
It is.
We
It is.
touch our audiences and they touch us right back.
I bet they do.
With a surname like Algebra, there was really only one choice of career for me. My wife, Angela, and I, we often laugh about it.
Angela Algebra.
Yes.
We just want to bring a bit of
Angela
joy
Algebra.
into people's lives.
And teach people about the difficult issues. The issues in the play are what really matter.
And I think you're going to be showing us an extract from this play, aren't you?
That's right. To put into context, I play a young first year who's having some trouble.
A little brat. Little spoilt brat.
Doesn't actually have a name, yeah, because in a way she's like all of us.
It's like a metaphor. Maybe she's you at home, or like maybe she's
All like.
Really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Put it in, coach.
Yes, thanks, Steve.
Steve's the brains of the
I'm gonna have a
operation.
little chat with your teacher while you run off and get ready. I can't wait to see it. That's it, that way. So, Jeff, when did
How
you
am I?
first
Why am I
hear about
beeping?
grants?
2 days ago, a letter from Advance arrived at the school. Now, the headmaster thought it was all a prank, but his secretary retrieved it from his bin and brought it to me.
How? How did you react?
I also threw it in the bin. But then Harriet and Trey rescued it, and they rang the number at the bottom of the page, and next thing you know, we're on tour.
Wow. Well, I think we can all guess which way you'll be voting from now on.
Do you know what? It's funny because Angela and I don't usually...
Simple edits are fine. It's when they've got to get out.
I'm a mathematician, of course, and she's a paraplegic mainly, but...
She's a paraplegic. Angela Algebra is a paraplegic. Bless her.
Why not? Let's have a go at this old democracy thing.
Okay.
And here we bally well are.
Good stuff.
Fucking brilliant!
So, let's have a look at a short section of Hey, Friendship.
Dear Diary, I'm not sure I can take another day at this school. Another day of tears. Tears. Another day of fears. But still I walk the corridors alone. Alone. Dreading what might be around every corner.
What's around the corner?
Bollocks.
What's around the corner? What's around the corner?
Oh, hi Gary.
Oh heavens no! It's Gary the Fist!
Gary the Fist!
Going somewhere, little first year?
Great. I've been looking for some poor victim all morning. But will this make me feel better about my violent father?
Maybe. Not a violent father.
Excuse me, I'm late for maths. It's my favourite subject. And so important.
Maths is for losers.
What?
Maths is for losers.
My arm's stuck, coach.
Keep going, for fuck's sake.
Right, maths is for losers. Now, give me your lunch money.
Double lunch for me today, but why am I only truly happy when I'm eating?
Not today, Gary the Fist.
Not Gary the
What do you mean
Fist.
not today? Who are you? My arm's free, coach.
Brilliant, keep going.
Right, who are you to stand up to me? I, Gary the Fist, And you're just a sad
Oh,
little
too
girl
early.
with two gay dads.
Two gay dads. It just gets worse.
You're wrong, Gary the Fist.
Gary the Fist.
These are my two new friends. Vanessa is captain of the netball team. Yeah. And Blake owns a motorbike.
Yeah.
But I can't fight all three of you.
You can, Gary the Fist. Live up to your name, Gary the Fist. Oh, we got a
Take a look at me. Take a little look at my face. I could be you. She could be you.
Ah, fucked it.
Or you could be me. I can be cheeky. If you were
Ah.
it's my choice to remain.
Fucked it.
Now make a different choice.
Hey, listen up, I won't take no crap. Who said middle class girls can't rap? I ain't afraid of your cruel laugh. I'm a mother-loving rebel, but I still love maths.
I can't rap.
Hey, kids, I'm Gary the Fist. People think folks like me probably shouldn't exist, but that's just prejudice.
Fuck
And
it
I'd
up.
do better if you knew the way that I became Gary the Fist. I grew up on a council estate.
I bet you did, mate.
But the flats weren't
That
great.
right.
My dad used to come home drunk and late, and he'd hit my mum, and for dinner he had to wait. Oh, where's my dinner?
It's not ready.
Where's my dinner, woman? Don't make me ask you again.
Hitting women is wrong.
That was in time.
I guess life's pretty hard on a council estate. Life's pretty hard on a council estate. Life's pretty hard on a council estate. Life's pretty hard on a council estate.
It is. I'd imagine.
On a council estate. Life's pretty hard on a council estate.
It is.
Life's pretty hard on a council estate. It's so damn hard on a council estate.
That was in time.
Yeah. Just work as a team.
Fucked it.
It's my choice.
So stop now, make a different choice. Listen to that inner voice. Friendship! Yes!
Did I do all right?
Well, thankfully that's
I
all
think
we
I
have
did.
tonight on the
Thankfully.
National News.
Right, we go.
Join us tomorrow night for all the headlines from across the country. My name's Jeremy.
We're going to
Dawson.
see
Have a peaceful night.
a little boogie woogie there.
And we're out.
Oh, that was brilliant.
Look, nearly a full
The
bar
little
there.
fuck was that?
I believe.
What the literal fuck was that?
I believe I've got a 14-inch cock, but it doesn't make it so.
I have a similar belief about an adequate paycheck.
Oh, someone please get these twats out of my studio.
Hey, I got an A. Teflon unlocked an extra. I got an A. Oh, ended on an A. That's not bad. C. Overall C for day 8. That ain't that bad, you know.
Stay tuned for sports.